Oh, motherfucking H. Woo! On a sad day with the Jim Donovan passing. Jim's such a great man. Talk about him a lot more tomorrow morning. Great guy. One of the true Clevelanders. Ohio State survives and advances in what was a mess of a game. And I mean a mess of a game. Left tackle, problem. Lack of a running game, problem. Getting bullied by the line. The defensive line of the Cornhuskers bullied the Buckeyes today. Go Cavs. Big game tonight at Wizards. Poor Jim. Love Jim. Ugly win, being kind. Brutal win. Boiler up, Joe. Wow. Crazy, crazy, crazy game. R.I.P. Jim. Penn State Buckeyes next week. Big game. Look, Judkins scores a game-winning touchdown. It felt like Nebraska was going to win this game when they went up. Ohio State had no offense in the second half. Ironically, I thought Howard played good enough to win. He wasn't great, but he's good enough to win. Left tackle, disaster. Reese gets ejected. Ryan Day almost gets a 15-yard penalty. Just wild. Wild game. Buckeyes have a lot to work on. This offensive line, left tackle, is a disaster. Lack of a running game. For Ohio State not to have a running game. Chip Kelly looks lost. And I'll tell you, when you're up 4 and you can't run the ball out, whoo. Go K-Mac, go. Burke's a mess. Burke's lost. Buckeyes are really, really lucky they won this game today. B. Cato, you have a lot of tortures with a lot of people. Because a lot of people are done with Ryan Day, too. Ryan Day's going to feel a lot of heat. He's lucky he didn't get a 15-yard penalty. Well, I say loses to Penn State or Indiana. Is Ryan Day fired? Yes. Ryan Day is gone. He has got to win out. Playoffs, we'll see. He's got to win out to get to the playoffs. Ryan Day's play calling was so much. Oh, Gabe, what a mess. What a mess. This is a mess. Buckeyes looked flat after the bye. Offensive line, what happened? B. Cato, you might be right about Penn State. High State looked... Oof. Rusty's being kind. R.I.P. Jim Donovan's right. You're going to see a lot of names flying around, BK. Ohio State's a great job. He is on the doorstep of getting fired. I'm tired of these slow starts. Boy, Buckeyes, slow starts, lethargic. It took them being down to 17-14 for them to wake up, go right down the field. Tate was wonderful today. He had a really good game. Jeremiah Smith's good. Again, I thought Howard played good enough to win. I really did. But the lack of a running game, this offensive line. Oh, I fucking hate Chip Kelly. He's got to do better than this. Who would you want to see take over after Ryan Day? Honestly, and I know this sounds crazy, but after seeing what I saw today, I would call Nick Saban. Be like, Nick, I know you say you're retired. What would it take to get you out of retirement? And get you to Columbus? I would do whatever it takes to get him in Columbus, Ohio. I get the feeling Saban's going to coach again. Need to be able to run the ball. Mark, the lack of running game is alarming. And what was that third down call to Henderson? Maybe they needed to wake up. Well, hopefully they get to wake up. Need Urban back. Urban Meyer can never coach again in college football, in my opinion. He kind of knows that, but oof. At the end of the day, Kale, they won. I do not understand why they didn't keep throwing it downfield. Colin, the lack of anything. The offense was just so... This is where analytics and football drives you crazy. When it's off the rails, it's off the rails. High State's offense was never in a flow today. Again, Tate, good game. Jeremiah Smith, good game. I thought Howard played good enough to win, but no, there was no flow. And again, up 4... All you got to do is run the ball. And you're Ohio State. Run the ball. Screen pass. Ugh. Who's your favorite hockey team? Blue Jackets. They couldn't cover them. I hate Ryan Day, but who in the hell do you hire? There's so many candidates out there. There's so many candidates. I'm telling you, Ryan Day's on that thin cusp of getting gone. He's getting there. Vrabel will be a great hire. Unimpressive win is right. I like that idea. Ugh is correct. Oof. I said before the season started they would be a 3-loss team. Well, I'll tell you what, BKdo, if the Buckeyes are right, they are the best team in the country. They are not right. How do you come off a loss with a week off with this? And you go to Happy Valley next week. They're lucky it's not a night game. They're lucky it's a noon start. That game was at night with the whiteout. Fuck, that'd be tough. Ohio State's got a lot to work on. That's all I can say. They have a lot to work on. Disaster. The running game, lack of big plays, lack of explosiveness, just no connection. The Reese penalty, which I did not think was a good call, but gets called, and Ryan Day is a meltdown? Ryan Day cannot have a meltdown if your player gets ejected. He's got to be the one to calm the players down. Noon start or night game, Penn State will win. And Patron not happy. My Huskers will be a force. They will be. Peace pipe, K. Foley. Peace pipe. Come home to Toledo. That was embarrassing. Oh my gosh, Emil. Grinding win is what I call it. I mean, that just was grinding. Between watching the Browns coaches having I say I'm losing my mind. Colin, that was mind-numbing today. Buckeyes won the game. That's all that matters. Rule can coach. See, this is the thing about the Big Ten that's new. These games now, Penn State, not easy. Minnesota, not easy. Purdue's a bye week. They're going to blow out the Boilermakers. They're going to be. Penn State's tough. Minnesota, not easy. They should win. Indiana, that's going to be tough. Bad win, if there's such a thing. Yeah, that was so sad, Emil. Jimmy is not just a Browns legend. He's a Cleveland legend. What I did believe land. Oof. LB Browns is right. Defense did save the day. Good to see LB Browns. Hope you and the family are well. I actually think Ohio State wakes up next week. Tristan, I will say this till I'm blue in the face. If they get focused, the best team in the country is Ohio State. I think they're better in Georgia. I think they're better in Texas. I think they're better in Bama. I think they're better than Oregon, even though they lost to them. But don't look focused. They're not playing to their full potential. And to have a week off and come like this, concerning. Buckeyes have a lot to work on. All right, let's get to our barbecues and come back for Cavs Wizards tonight. Buckeyes win